Fog clung to the asphalt, thick, impenetrable. It swallowed the world beyond the shoulder. A beat-up Ford pickup truck rumbled through the fog. Its headlights, like the eyes of a startled animal, cut through the white veil. Behind the wheel sat a man named Jack. His face, etched with fatigue and worry, was illuminated by the dashboard's glow. He gripped the steering wheel, knuckles white. Jack was running, but from what he couldn't quite remember. Jack had been driving for hours. The monotony of the road, the endless grey, was starting to get to him. He hadn't seen another soul for miles, just the fog and the road. An unwelcome companion. He switched on the radio, hoping for some distraction, some human voice to break the oppressive silence. Static. He slammed his hand against the dashboard in frustration. That's when he saw her. A figure standing by the side of the road. Jack slammed the brakes, the truck skidding slightly on the slick asphalt. He squinted through the windshield. A woman, dressed in a long white dress. Her back was to him. She stood motionless, an eerie silhouette against the swirling fog. His heart hammered in his chest. Who could she be? Out here in the middle of nowhere. Jack hesitated, a primal fear gripping him. But something compelled him to stop. Perhaps it was her vulnerability, standing alone in the vastness of the night. Or maybe it was the desperation for human contact after hours of solitude. He put the truck in park and stepped out into the night. "Hello?" His voice was a raspy whisper, snatched away by the fog. The figure didn't move. Jack took a tentative step closer, his unease growing. "Are you all right? Do you need help?" He called out again, his voice a little louder this time. The figure slowly turned, and Jack felt a chill race down his spine. Her face was as pale as death, eyes hollow and dark. A look of unspeakable sadness etched on her features. Then she spoke. Her voice was a low, mournful whisper that seemed to come from the fog itself. "Help me," she pleaded, her voice filled with an unearthly sorrow. "I'm lost." Jack took a step back, his fear threatening to overwhelm him. But before he could turn and run, the woman in white faded as if she were part of the fog itself, gone, vanished. He was alone again, the only sound the frantic beating of his own heart. Jack stumbled back to his truck, his mind reeling. He fumbled for the keys, his hands shaking. As he turned the key in the ignition, he glanced at the passenger seat. His blood ran cold. Sitting beside him, her hand resting on the dashboard, was the woman in white. Her eyes, hollow and filled with despair, stared straight ahead.